We have to stop judging each other and comparing ourselves to each other, especially within the spiritual community. Hi guys, my name is Rebecca. I'm an extraterrestrial contactee, a galactic channeler, a psychic medium, and I work in the Akashic Records. Today I want to talk about conflict within the spiritual community. I see so much judgment and I feel the energy of fear underneath that judgment from psychics, from channelers, from intuitives, energy workers on social media platforms just like this one, lots on this one. And the messages that are coming through around this are, we're on the same team here, guys. We're fighting the same fight, so to speak. And I don't even like the word fight, because with fight, there's an energy of resistance, and that's not the 5D energy that we are all as a collective, particularly the starseeds and the lightworkers, trying to move into. I saw a post from a fairly well followed intuitive psychic. I'm not sure what they call themselves. And there was so much anger in this message that they had about another starseed, lightworker, intuitive psychic, whatever, on TikTok. And she was like, if this were right, I know what's, and it's like, there's so much anger and judgment in these messages. And for me, in my own shadow work, when I find myself in judgment, there's a huge component of my ego that is at play and at the front and center of my mind. When I'm in judgment, it's because I'm afraid on some level. Maybe I don't know what I think I know, and I'm, questioning that, and the self-doubt comes in, and the I'm not enough thinking. Guys, when you find yourselves in anger, and listen, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I catch myself in judgment. I catch myself in anger and fear and all of those things that make me human right here and now. So I'm not exempt from this stuff. But what I have done is started to identify within me what needs to be shifted when I am experiencing those dense emotions, that dense energy that's connected to these emotions that are fear-based. Conflict, competition, this person has more followers than me, that person can channel better than me. These kinds of things, guys, this is not what gets us ahead. What gets us ahead is stepping outside of that subjective lens and objectively looking at whoever it is we're standing in judgment of and finding a place of love and compassion. Because if that person is truly offending us in some way, number one, is because something needs to be shifted within me, because I'm not seeing them with love and compassion. And number two, they may be coming from a very wounded place themselves. Maybe not, but if something really resonates with me and I come on here and I tape it and I share it, it's because there's a deep resonance, not because I heard it somewhere. And this is the next point. We need to be using our discernment within the spiritual community. Just because a big, spiritual figure says something, that doesn't mean it's necessarily true for you in your reality. And so using your discernment and deciding, does this resonate? Is there resonance in my heart center with this truth or not? It's one of the reasons that I try to stay off of, things like, social media and the news and all of that. I definitely don't, keep myself completely away from it, for obvious reasons, because it's where we can reach people. Um, but like, why not take a moment and ask yourselves, why am I really angry? Why am I really in fear? Or maybe, why am I really angry? Maybe it's because I'm in fear. And why am I in fear? What am I afraid of? And 99.999% of the time, guys, it's a fear that you are not enough. And that is an indoctrinated lie that we have had to adopt without choice in the reality that we live in. You are enough. You are more than enough. You are exactly perfect in every single version of you, from the time you were born until the time you leave this planet, and before and after that. You are divine spark of the one, and we are all connected in that way. And we have to let down our guard when it comes to competing with each other, especially women. My gosh, we can be so cutthroat and mean to each other, and that is not where we're moving, guys. We're moving into a place where we're supporting each other, we're loving each other, we're rooting each other on. You know, catch yourself, own it, know when your ego is not serving you. When you're feeling aggression, you know, energetic aggression towards someone else, check within and look at where that is coming from, because it is not coming from that other person. That other person is serving as a mirror for you to look back within and see what needs to be shifted within you. It honestly creates such a heaviness on my heart when I see us constantly judging and competing with each other within the spiritual community. I've been able to desensitize almost to what's happening at the global level as far as conflict goes. But within the community of starseeds, of light workers, it's painful. It almost feels like it's all being directed at me, like I'm experiencing the bullying because I take on that energy, because we're connected on that level. I want us to be kind to each other and continue to heal within, so that we can be kinder to each other, so that we aren't offended so easily by the behaviors of others, even if they're not directed at us. You know, I see people on TikTok and on other social media platforms just chewing each other out and these people are all on whatever side we're looking at. They're all coming from a place of well-intentioned messaging. They're wanting to share the truth. And the thing is, like, I don't worry so much about that. I share my truth, what I tune into, what I connect with, what resonates with me. And if you're not on board with it, then that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to not be on board with it. There's other stuff you still need to work through. And maybe when you work through it, you move yourself into a reality where other things are true. We're all looking for the truth, and we all have pieces of the puzzle. We need to come together and support each other. So stop judging each other. Stop being mean to each other. And you're being offended. It's your ego, and give yourself compassion. But do the work, look within, and it's always going to be a work in progress until it's not, and for me, it's still a work in progress. So I love each and every one of you so much, and I will see you soon. Happy Ascension.